So this is more about what the dynamic is going to be between like Chris Pratt and Joey King. So Chris, who is the shadow, but will be written in more. He remembers Joey King, who is younger self. So Chris Pratt is going to be in my reality for all he was this in real life. He was there every single day I was writing. So he remembers Joey King, but doesn't remember Jennifer Lawrence, who's working at the coffee shop, and he doesn't really like Jennifer Lawrence, which I think is great because like Jennifer Lawrence is different. But every now and then Blake Lively would come back, and he likes Blake Lively because Blake Lively is the goodness that he remembers in Joey King. So the younger person for the congressman hasn't been decided because I didn't remember a big history as younger selves. I did at the very, very end. So this is real. This is actually day in and day out. This is really what's going on. So Chris is a shadow, but it will be written in more. He remembers Joey King, who is younger self. So Joey King is going to play the role of some of the other baristas that I had worked with. And she will be around, so he'll be very confused about it. He'll also in real life be a next door neighbor, and then he'll, because at the very end he was like, "This is getting weird," and I was like, "I know," because it's wild what it has done with my mind. So Blake and Jen cannot remember her, but Chris can. So Chris was her childhood best friend. So this is real and took me years to remember it to be true. So by the time I remembered, my disease took over my life. So Chris and Ryan played God to get Blake back. So this is a true story. Was a big help in getting me the medication and treatment team that I needed to, so that way I stopped flipping back to versions that people didn't like. Um, so none of the Stacys remember. So when Stacy gets admitted to the hospital, he will be revealed to be Ryan and Blake's love of her life. So it's not that simple. It's not over. Still isn't with my disease. It's a self mission. So currently I'm just continually working on myself, but that's kind of what happened that got me into the hospital. The congressman became one of my good friends in my daily life. That is just if I needed anything, I asked him for help, and he always helps me, no matter what year it is, no matter what Stacy it is. He always does everything he can to help me, and says very little, but he doesn't need to. So this is Dr. Bowtie. So Dr. Bowtie worked with both Blake and Jen. So the day of my breakdown at work, he and my team of friends, they all saw Jen for the first time. Jen is the birdie on my shoulder that no one can see but Dr. Bowtie, who saw something wrong for years, and I hid them and just worked through my illness. She took over my life from 2020 to 2024. He built his team year by year, grew flowers with his words as my water for my garden. My concepts came from our foundation. Now he holds my work and encouraged to read and write his own story of what happened. Stacked under him and behind him are degrees, and together our idea around a coffee pot will change the world. He is the color in my joy, in my garden of joy. So and so that's where we leave off with that. I chose to use the Truman Show because I identify with the Truman Show a lot. I always, when you have mental health, you always, especially paranoid schizophrenia, you always feel like you're on the Truman Show. Am I right? You're always like, "That's weird. Do you see that? I don't see that. I'm not going to admit that I don't see that unless you tell me that you see that too, because I don't want to take the medication." But I'm so glad to take the medication. So that's where we're at with my life as a movie. I'm going to be building this all day. This is why I post random pictures of celebrities, and people are like, "Why do you do that?" And I'm like, it's a process. I want my joy garden to be visual. I want my mental, what's going on in my head, for people to experience together. So exciting. Thank you.